Have you ever wondered where your thoughts come from? This is how our brain works. It starts with neurons. These neurons fire signals, producing something we call consciousness through a process called emergence and storing everything as memory. So these neurons transmit signals, patterns become memories, and from these networks, thought itself emerges. Hi, I am Chitralekha, PhD scholar from Department of Medical Science and Technology at IIT Madras. And today I am going to critique a book that genuinely made me rethink how I understand my own mind and artificial intelligence. The book is called The Emergent Mind, subtitled How Intelligence Arises in People and Machines, written by Gaurav Suri and J. McClelland, published in 2024. But before the critique, let us understand what this book is actually asking. How does intelligence actually emerge? Your brain is a puzzle, each piece a neuron. The question is, how do billions of simple pieces produce something as complex as a thought, as a feeling, as you? Think of your mind like this iceberg. What you see on the surface, your thoughts, your decisions, your personality, is just a visible tip. Just underneath are hidden neural systems, billions of neurons firing constantly. You never see them, you never feel them, but they are running everything. Go deeper and you will find interplay. Neurons talking to each other, updating their connections with every single experience, and at the very bottom, intelligence itself. One neuron alone cannot think, but billions of neurons connected together can think, can feel, can become you. This is what the authors call emergence, and it is the single most important idea in the entire book. Chapters of Emergent Mind. The book is divided into 4 parts. Let me walk you through each one quickly. Part 1. Your mind is a neural network. It introduces emergence and asks how neurons work together to produce thought. Part 2. Activation produces thought and action. It covers memory, perception, and why our decisions are far more irrational than we think. Then comes Part 3. Knowledge and learning. It explains how neural networks learn and connects this directly to how ChatGPT works. And Part 4. Extending the framework. The boldest section. It asks, can neural network explain reasoning, motivation, and consciousness? Now, what makes this book exceptional is that it does not give you theory, it shows you real experiments. Let me share 2 of my favorites. Experiment 1. The word superiority effect. A researcher named Rachel flashed letters on a screen for a fraction of a second, too fast to fully process. He tested 3 conditions: a letter standing alone, just K, a letter inside the fake word, and a letter inside a real word. The result was completely surprising. People identify the letter best when it was inside a real word. Why? Because seeing work activates the word level in your brain, which sends signals back down to strengthen the individual letter. Experiment 2. The Kuleshov effect. A filmmaker showed the same neutral face twice. Once next to something sad, the audience saw grief. Once next to something happy, the audience saw joy. Same face, completely different emotion. The context around it changed everything. So, what does this book do brilliantly? 3 pillars. First, accessibility. One of the world's top neuroscientists wrote a book with 0 equations. Anyone can read this. Second, real experiments. Every claim connects to actual science, not just theory. And third, the AI connection. Most books explain either the brain or artificial intelligence. This book shows they are the same thing, viewed from two different angles. These three pillars make it one of the most important books in cognitive science for general reader. But now the critic, because a good review is not just praise, and this book, despite being remarkable, has real weakness. Weakness 1, advocacy. The neural network framework is placed on one side of the scale and it dominates completely. The authors present it as the answer, not the answer among many. Alternative theories of mind, embodied cognition, predictive processing, global workspace theory are barely mentioned. Weakness to consciousness. On one side, the book's answer, consciousness, emergence, and problem acknowledgement. On the other side, the unanswered question, subjective experience, the actual feeling of pain, joy, the color red, the smell of rain. Why does any physical brain activity feel like something from the inside? Weakness 3, the learning gap. A human brain learns from one or two examples and generalizes for life. An AI using backpropagation needs billions of examples. This gap is roughly 100,000 times more data. The author admit this gap exists, but they do not resolve it. And it quietly undermines a central claim of the book, that artificial and biological neural networks are comparable models of each other. Weakness 4, AI consciousness speculation. The early chapters are 100% evidence based, careful, humble, rigorous, but the final chapters drift. The authors hint that AI may develop consciousness, that the learning gap will close. The tone shifts from scientist to futurist without the evidence to support it. But here is what I keep coming back to. If the neural network framework is right, the implication go far beyond science. On the surface, patterns can be rewired. Your habits, your anxieties, your fears, they are not permanent parts of who you are. They are connection patterns built by experience and they can be changed by experience. Just below, neural patterns are the hidden drivers of everything you do. Deeper still, lifetime activation means your entire past is reshaping every decision you make right now. And the deeper, brain reshaping means every time you learn something new, you are literally changing your brain's physical structure. And at the very deepest level, the most uncomfortable truth of the book, what feels like a free choice may simply be activation running automatically through pathways built by your entire life. You feel like you are choosing, may not be. Remember the question we started with, where do your thoughts come from? Here is the book's answer. You are not born as a finished self. You begin as a raw neurons. Every experience that flows through your life shapes your connections, strengthens some, weakens others. And what emerges from all of that is you, as you are right now. Not chosen, not designed, simply emerged. Thank you for watching.